No, Dario. I'm not doing this.
This is your fault. You went soft on that merchant. Barely nicked him. Reckon he lived and ratted us out to the constable. So we're gonna lay low in these ruins and sit on our haul. Who knows? Maybe we'll find treasures inside that'll make us rich.
Rich? You're gonna kill us all. Wow's eyes. Who are you?
Hey, first of all, we only bled that merchant a bit. Still quite alive when we left him.
I don't like this, Dario. This is how we get ourselves killed. First you said we should come to the Living Lands, and I went with you.
Stealing from that merchant was your idea, though. And credit where credit is due. It was a solid one.
Now you want me to break into some dungeon full of traps? I've had it.
Kuta bow. If it bothered you that much, you should have said so. Told you we should have gone into the ruins instead. I told you it'd be simpler. Now look what happened.
We've got company!
I hate worse than rot!
Stop rolling, Wes.
I hate worse than rot! I hate worse than rot! Silmes Nitum! I hate worse than rot! Silmes Nitum! I hate worse than rot!
Nothing like a win with a good team. I hate worse than rot! Quiet as the depths.
Quarry in the brush!
Wolf devour!
Worse than rot!
You got the right idea, sister. there, sister. You here for a dip? Or we can get right to business. 'Cause a glint in your eye says you're here for a reason. Sure do. About 5 or 6 of them. Can't swing a dead seagull back in Rawatai without hitting a Nagunu. You get a crew together, you're bound to have 1 or 2. Why, back when I was in the Navy, I once served on a ship where everyone was named Nagunu but me. Started calling myself Nagunu just to feel included. Anyway, what were we talking about? So here's what I'm thinking. You'll have been to Thirdborn by now. Anyone who comes here goes there. And knowing my old captain, he'd have said hello. And last I saw him, he said something about wanting a reunion drink, so, you know. It's been a long time coming. You talked to the others yet? You might be doing that for a while. He's out there, friend. Way out there. Like shark's teeth out there. Man's scared to death of the Dream Scourge. Can't blame him, but a Zarep will kill you just as dead as the plague. And they'll rip you into 100 pieces doing it. Me? I'd rather turn into a mushroom or whatever it is happens to a dream thrall. I like being exposed.
Oh, you and I could be great friends, Taway.
We'd have to find you a stepladder, but I'm not saying no. Anyway, it's those Adiran soldiers you gotta watch out for. No offense. I wouldn't be caught dead anywhere else.
Tell him to show his appreciation by buying us around. I could use it.
Worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath!
To your left!
Ooh, then! Worth and wrath! Silmes Nitum! I think worth and wrath! Worth and wrath!
Next one!
I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath!
Onward, watch your left!
Then! I think worth and wrath! Worth and wrath!
Tirmesnitum! Worth and wrath!
We have been here before. Do you hear the dust whisper on the wind? A temple built on sand, water diverted from its course. The sea runs dry. Now our memory is a wound reopened. You are Nimana, one of those who speak for us. Your gift shone a different shade from others of your kind. The souls of the departed danced before you like sea foam. Tell us, what did you make of the songs they sang to you? A mouth, a conduit, a welcome curiosity. One day a voice called you to the wilds outside your village. Find us in the highest heights, we said. Come, speak to us. You left your world behind, set off upon uncharted sea. Scorching days, freezing nights, a raft more precious than a jewel. One day, you came to the place where the stone challenged the clouds. Night fell, 100 blazing lights refracted in the sky. We appeared, your essence joined with ours. We shared what we had seen. You perceived us in new colors. Tell us, Nimana, what did you learn? The bee pollinates the blossom. One hand serves the next. You sailed home to the village, eager to share what you had seen. We prickled. Something was wrong. Trouble like salt on the breeze. People had chased the water back. They raised the wood and stone. They built a tremendous temple, They offered us their stores of food. Trap the falcon, clip its wings. They feared you. They feared us. They tried to placate, to control. Your eyes turned up. You saw a statue, a prison. This was not our form. A wellspring boiled. Our cry rose in your throat. This could not stand. A tongue bitten. You hung your head. They piled the offerings higher. Why did you not speak for us? The cub cannot know its strength. The ground shakes. The thorns prick. A crack carves through the pillars. Why? We fall. We fall. We thought... No. We feel nothing. We swipe at echoes of the past. We remember now. A cut. A chasm as deep as the sea. A wound gouged into our skin in our thrashing. We did this. Purge the poison. Let it out. The only path is through. The sun rose on the barren earth. We had swallowed the village. Nothing but ruins remained. Those who survived were cast adrift, whales beached on the sand. You could have led them, but in the chaos, you had disappeared. A voice ignored until it was too late. People again condemned to wander. A village, one day, rebuilt. In time, all those who spoke for us came to Thirdborn to face their fate. Tradition without memory, a trial of unknown lineage. We saw the clay settle on the Ammonite, and we learned. We twine together. We reach for the sky. We grow. We grow. We grow.
worth and wrath!
Right way!
I think worth and wrath! Then!
Back off!
I think worth and wrath! Sirmes Nitum! I think worth and wrath!
Thomas Memorial. Never thought anything could contain that man, you know? That booming laugh, that bottomless appetite, boundless energy. Now he's under a pile of rocks. It doesn't, but I appreciate the effort. This is where you're supposed to distract me, lighten the mood with a wisecrack or something. Trying? I thought I was doing a pretty good job. There's something I didn't tell you about Thomas' death. Remember how I noticed he'd lost his badge? I went out. I told him I was going to go find it. He told me to stay. I said I'd be right back. I walked away, Envoy, and I kept walking. Not since returning with you. Couldn't imagine anyone would be too happy to see me after everything. Now you know why I never went back to his house in Emerald Stair. Why I never came back to Thirdborn. Don't sell me short, Envoy. I'm nothing if not tenacious. The truth is, traveling with you and Marius, getting to know Giada, Yahtzee, it's felt easy. Too easy. Yeah, and that worries me. I'm not a joiner. I'm good for a skirmish, some war stories, a few drinks, but I'm not someone you keep around. Come on, you know my story now. I let people down. I let them down when they're counting on me most. Or maybe I learned plenty. I know what I am. I'm finally facing it. How can you say that? I'm finally looking this thing square in the eye. Of course I'm not. I'm finally being honest about this. Because if he was right, that just makes what I did worse. If I could relive that moment, I don't know that I'd do any better. The way you say it almost makes me believe it. Okay, you got me. One of the things I loved about Tama was how he gave us all a fresh start. No matter where we'd come from or what we'd done. I drifted to Paradise, but never thought about where I'd go from this. I came to the Living Lands running. From storms, from war, from all the things those forces of nature make out of you. Maybe I'm done running away. I don't know what that means I'm running towards, but I think I'm finally ready to figure it out. Once we've stopped the Dream Scourge and dealt with the Steel Garrote. I've got some things to sort out, but it feels good to have something to look forward to.
Thank you for telling us about Tama. For what it's worth, I don't think less of you. Dealing with grief, it's never easy.
I've lost people before. You're right. The grief is never easy. What I didn't know how to deal with was the shame.
This looks like it could fit in that artifact we found, actually. Let's try it out.
Right behind you.
Worse than rough!
Easy when you do it.
I think worth and wrath. I think worth and wrath. I think worth and wrath.
Don't relax just yet.
On the left!
Ihaise! I think worth and wrath. Ulu then. Worth and wrath. I think worth and wrath.
The envoy needs healing.
Miss me too! I think worth and wrath.
Send him to the wheel.
On your left, dear.
Worth and wrath. I think worth and wrath. Ihaise! Worth and wrath!
We make a good squad.
Worth and wrath!
Watch the left.
Upward, watch your left!
Worth and wrath! Ihaise! Worth and wrath!
Get it together, Longboard!
Silmas Nitum!
You there! Over here! At least you took care of those bastards. I'm glad I got to see some vengeance served. Don't know why you're here, stranger, but I'm grateful you are. Wait, Naoki sent you? Of course he did. He would be the one to make it out. Well, you can tell him we're all dead. Soon enough, it'll be true. We arrived at the cave last night, made camp, and it all went downhill from there. Private Naoki said he had. For all the good that did us. Look, after what happened in Fior, we had to make sure it didn't happen here. The Zorubs were our first official mission. Like I said, someone had to do it. Private Naoki was on watch, but I guess he fell asleep because the scaly bastards ambushed us. It was a massacre. Most died then. The rest ran off in all different directions, screaming. Naoki must have gotten away in the chaos. The gods have a cruel sense of humor to save just him. Don't bother. I'm halfway around the wheel already. Just listen. Since we left Thirdborn, he's been running his mouth. We got to hear how many Zorubs he's gonna kill and who he thinks is afflicted. The town's been talking about nothing but Fior and the Dream Scourge. I think it got to him.
It crawls into our mind as it crawls into theirs.
It's probably why he was the first one out, because it was all suddenly real. Even if the captain had been acting weird lately, There were 1,000 better reasons for it. No, Captain Ruiki was fine. We were all fine, no matter what Private Naoki thinks. If you don't believe me, check her journal. That should be enough to please you. If anything, it might finally convince that idiot Naoki. Here, take my badge. Take everyone's. Our families deserve to know we fought and died for them. I don't have long. Let me stay and enjoy the silence before Barath takes me.
I used to fish and drink with these people before I left. They weren't soldiers.
Sounds like they wanted to be.
I didn't realize how bad things had gotten here while I was away.
The Dream Scourge seems to have set all of Thirdborn on edge. I guess I can't blame them wanting to do something. Get off me!
Hello, you guys!
Hello again. Have you found anything? Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud. So what did he tell you? That Captain Ruiki was sick? That I was paranoid? That I was a dumb baby? I heard it all often and loudly. Wait, if you found Sergeant Asui, why is he not here with you? What happened? Wow. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. I hope for the best, of course, but... Look, I don't know what you think you know, or what he told you, but I know what I saw. The captain had been acting weird for days. She was giving orders to people who weren't there, yelling at us over nothing. Not just the captain either. Manu was jumpier than usual. Kiri seemed compelled to echo our words back to us. Even Sergeant Asui began muttering to himself. It was more than just stress. I'm not some idiot who can't tell the difference. Everyone was sick. And it was only a matter of time before it was brought home to Thirdborn. If you saw them, you'd agree with me. I think I would know if I was sick, okay? Someone had to leave and let the others know what happened. Look, you either believe me or you don't. Just give me their badges and I'll let their families know. I am not a coward. Look, I would not just leave them to die for no reason. A swarm of Zorbs attacked in the dead of the night. What was I supposed to do? Huh? Stick around and die with everyone? I'm not a coward! There was no other option! Take it back. Or else, I'll reclaim my honor. That's it! Draw your weapon! To the death!
Someone's eager to meet us. Have that one.
That's one for us.
Worth and rough!
Take your...
We've got company. Well done.
I think worth and rough!
Watch your flank.
Another win, but who's counting?
Ready, aim.
Ihaise! Worth and rough!
Never had a chance.
I think worth and rough!
That was a close one.
I think worth and rough!
In the eyes! Stay here with me! In the dark! One for you!
I think worth and wrath!
Who needs that?
Oh, you're back. What do you want? Really? Which one? One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates. One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates. One less thing for me to worry about. One less thing for... Oh, wait. That's everything off the board, isn't it? Good job. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go pass out.
Give me the news. I just want this sordid story over with. Any real soldier would know the worst crime against his brothers in arms is desertion. He should have stayed with them to the end. I'll make sure these badges are given to the surviving families.
Godlike. Ah, back already? Have you got the heart?
You've been busy, old man. Does Chico know what you've been getting up to down there?
Ah, I'm impressed. Did you like my designs? Ah, well, I'm glad somebody thinks so. Fools here didn't appreciate my talents until the Dream Scourge showed up.
Your talent for bodily harm is impressive, if troubling.
Huh. Well, you managed well enough. Now, the heart. Damn that child to the depths! They were never supposed to know. I have the Dream Scourge. I'm starting to feel it in my bones. You'd think it comes on slowly, so slowly I don't think folk realize until it's too late. I've got shakes, tremors that weren't there before. But the worst are the dreams. Sand swallowing Thirdborn. A garden, vines eating at old ruins. People say the Dream Scourge is a soul plague. I'm no fool. It's in my head, eating away at me. I saw it at the gates of Thirdborn. People go mad. They kill their kin. I don't want to hurt Chico. I'd hoped to go out quietly, but my Nakai is smart. I didn't realize they'd uncovered my plan. I want to die as myself, on my own terms.
On the one hand, it isn't our place to decide how someone ought to live or die. On the other hand, the Leviathan's heart was never his to begin with. Finders keepers. At the end of the day, I think eating a Leviathan's heart is an impractical way to end one's life. To each their own.
Hasn't this place seen enough death? You gotta seize every moment you're given, old man. You owe that much to Chico. You gotta give him more of a goodbye than this.
You can understand that, can't you? Give me the heart. Give me this one act of courage. You can't. Damn you! Oh, this path can only end badly for Chico. Maybe the rest of Thirdborn too. You may have doomed us all! Ah, hero of Thirdborn, I'm nothing but a helpless, unstable man.
He writhes as we writhe, yet he lives. How could life bring him pain?
Good luck, godlike. You'll need it. This damned sickness is getting worse.
I know you just talked to my uncle. You didn't give him the heart, did you? Thank the gods.
I'm Hajime with the Tiranui. Chico said there was something about a Leviathan heart. And their uncle Capo, they said he was planning something terrible. That's all they gave me to go on. Gods, Capo's fallen a lot farther than I thought. I suppose that could work. Chico?
Consider it payment for helping me. For everything.
Well, if you don't need anything else, I'll be on my way.
Thank you. I mean it. I'm sorry my uncle is sick. But I'm not sorry I know. I'll spend as much time with him as I can. What are you talking about? Someone has to care for him. No. No, that's not possible. Even if it were, there must be a way to stop it. So you want me to give up? Gods. I just feel so helpless. I don't want him to suffer. I don't want him to have the heart. I want the one thing I can't have. For him to be all right. You don't have to say anything. I'm sorry. I guess I should help you in some way. Here. Take my uncle's armor. He meant it for me, but I'm not using it. Maybe you can give it a new story. I should go see him now.
Poor kid. I always liked them. Shame it had to come to this.
Unseen, unheard.
What's the next?
I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! Then!
On your right!
I
think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath!
Together!
Nicely done.
You've got better aim than a sharpshooter, Giada.
I think worth and wrath!
Show me what you got!
Worth and wrath!
This one's mine.
I think worth and wrath!
Right flank!
You figure this is the homestead Nagunu told us about?
Holy gods! Someone actually came! Please, you have to help my friends! They're gods! They're monsters! They were good people. And I can't, I'm not... Their souls can't rest like this, and I'm not strong enough to put them down myself. Please, they didn't deserve... They were... My gods. How did this happen? Thank you. You're a good person. You'll be better than me. Find me when it's over.
Think of it this way. They're already gone. We're just taking care of the remains.
You disturbed
Worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath!
Done it better.
Worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath!
To your left!
I think worth and wrath! Still mess me too! Still mess me!
I was worried for a second.
Party in the brush!
I think worth and wrath!
Nicely done!
I think worth and wrath!
I couldn't do anything. I'm gods. I'm useless. But you helped them. They can rest now. How did you find us? What are you doing out here? We left the city. The Dream Scourge. We thought if we only got away. And now they're gone. Who are you? What do you want with me? Old Nagunu? But I thought he wanted us dead. I don't understand. Are the others... Are they alive? No, it's just... Nagunu. We parted on... bad terms. Our last deal, it... went wrong. He thought Ruanga and I did it. He said... if he ever saw us again, we were dead. After our last deal, I couldn't stay. It didn't seem safe to stay. He wanted things out of life that Ruanga and I didn't. Money, citizenship in your empire, a big manor house in High Crown's Port. And he'd do, well, unsavory things to get them. Yeah, he would. He always trusted the captain. They were close. He doesn't act bright, but Taue, he's canny. Something's going on.
That bad feeling in your gut? You have it for a reason. The least you can do is heed its warning.
Maybe it's time to stop. Stop running. Stop hiding. Turn and face things. Face Nagunu. All right. I'll go. I'll go to Thirdborn. As soon as I can find the courage.
You've got people looking out for you. Take courage in that.
Thank you all. I'll try.
I hope it works out for him. I should invest in a tower.
Hey, over here. I've got supplies for sale.
Good to see you, Envoy. I was expecting this place to be barren, especially after Emerald Stair. But this is worse than I thought. If you need supplies, now's the time to stock up.
Hey, over here. I've got supplies for sale.
I'm no wizard, but that barrier must take an incredible amount of power to maintain.
magical ability required to make such a barrier. It's remarkable.
Stay sharp. The path to the ruins is swarming with dream thralls.
Who disturbs us?
We see you!
I'll talk!
Earth and rot! I think worth and rot!
Everyone okay?
Worth and rot!
Trespassers! Who goes there in the earth? Treacherous we!
I think worth and rot!
Coming from the right!
I think worth and rot! I think worth and rot! Silmes Nitum!
When you...
See you!
Invaders in the rot! I think worth and rot! Silmes Nitum!
Armor even helping.
I think worth and rot!
Got company!
I think worth and rot! Worth and rot! I think worth and rot!
Watch your step. This land has bled finer warriors than us.
Quiet as the depths.
Sorting.
Cory in the brush! Finish the fight! Trespassers! We see you there! Invaders in the garden!
Worse than rot! I think worse than rot! I think worse than rot! Worse than rot!
Aye, aye.
I've never seen so many dream throws in one place. What's drawing them here?
Sorting.
You're on my side.
We see you!
I think worse than rot! I think worse than rot! Mesnito! Worse than rot! I think worse than rot! I think worse than rot! I think worse than rot!
Slid into the lead!
Isos! Worse than rot! I think worse than rot!
the gardener hasn't been here in a bit. I don't think we can get through.
I think worth and wrath! Isaksogu! Worth and wrath!
You asked for it!
Worth and wrath!
Easy when you do it!
I think worth and wrath!
I've dreamt of exploring Nagukubel for years, to find out what happened to the godless who built this and why they vanished. Oh, but there's so much left to see. Fine. I suppose we are in a rush.
There must have been a battle here long ago. See those metal corpses? We saw them around Naku Tedek, too.
These are magfolk. They're often found in many godless ruins, but they are definitely not godless. No one knows where the magfolk came from, only that they seem to be in constant conflict with the godless. Godless ruins are filled with magfolk remains, but no records of them exist in Akhidan lore. I don't think the godless did well against the magfolk.
Still, I wonder why they fell. Were they overwhelmed, or taken by surprise, or something else?
8 years. Blood like a fountain. No quarter. Nothing spared.
Wait, did the voice in your head just talk? What did it say? Poor dear. I can only imagine what they saw, what they know, what they've suffered. Anything of historic importance is often blood-soaked. Are you ready? We're entering one of their holiest places. Who knows what we'll find? Okay. Got my wand, got my grimoire. Let's go already. I think worth and wrath.
Yatslei's in our element already.
We remember. They loved and we loved in return. We are nearly free now. We remember. They loved and we loved in return.
Stinging wasp! Worse than rough! think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! Then! I think worth and wrath!
What, like it's hard? That's done. Look at that artwork. What else might be here?
The heart of the Akita beats. Our veins stir. You are close. Seek the ancient kith who dwell here. They will show you the way.
An intruder comes.
That's a ghost. That's an Akitan ghost.
You don't belong here. Why have you come? What business do you have in this place? Tell me, before I strike you down. The gardener grows and grows and grows their reach still, I see.
The gardener. That must be how the ancient Akitans referred to their god, to Sopadal.
I am Numena, Tebaro Senakis, and guardian of the Akita and the living lands. They came swarming, relentless, these juggernauts. So many they stole the heat from the stars. They brought death to our temples. They brought doom to our kin. And the sky held no sun as our children screamed.
Oh, I know this. You speak of the Magfolk.
Yes, Story Seeker. Their corpses remain, as do our memories of what they did to us. We would have offered them everything, just to save some piece of us. But they did not speak. The Deathbringers were only there for the slaughter. Our words were burned. Our buildings were broken. Anything that was of Akita, they destroyed.
That's why there are no records, no histories.
We fought so hard, but we fell too. Then they trapped our gardener.
Trapped. A sepulchre of endless night. Bones beneath roots. Stop this. Scar. A scar. The light, it blinded us. Why were we so afraid?
The gardener quickens. This hastens our fears. The gardener was afraid, yes. They were terrified. That was all they saw. Death hungers and cannot be sated. That which killed the Akita wants more slaughter still. So our gardener calls then, begging one more time to be set free.
We wait. They know. They understand. Why do they hinder you?
When the gardener calls, there is no turning away. But you will prove yourself to us through a series of trials. Survive these trials, and you will know the way to the garden. First is a trial of strength. Demonstrate your might against our ancient dead, and earn the right to face the second. You saw. Yes, she was tested. She was trained to build and lead. But she fell, as did all the cities of my people when the Magfolk came. Go now. Your trials begin.
Undercities, we just spoke to an ancient Akitan!
Worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath! I think worth and...
Next one's mine!
Right behind you.
I think worth and wrath!
They really didn't need to go through all this trouble just for us.
Another win, but who's counting?
that ghost called you a Tebaru Sanakis. That must be what the Akita called their godlands.
On your right!
Worth and rough! Worth and rough! Worth and rough! Worth and rough!
Watch the left!
Worth and rough!
I'll have to do a more thorough reading later, but it looks like notes from the architect. It seems Nakukugal was divinely inspired, so it's Sapadok's fault you got lost earlier. This mural looks idyllic, doesn't it? Sapadal is helping the Akitans grow and flourish. They seem happy. Nice of them to give us a little break, isn't it?
I get the feeling they're not done with us.
Isoksogu!
They're coming out of the walls.
Rough and rough! I am worth and rough!
What was that?
I am worth and rough! I am worth and rough!
Time to grab.
I am worth and rough! I am worth and rough! I am worth Isosu! Worth and rough! I am worth
Watch the left. Not looking so good.
I am worth and rough!
One for you.
I am worth and rough!
Perk up, Envoy.
That's the last of them. So much for the first trial. On to the second. Look! Now we've got another door open. And another ghost.
Another stranger. You have the gardener's markings, but you are not one of us. You did not fall with us. Why have you come here? Tell me your mind. Tell me what rides in it. Do you know what our gardener did when they were sought last? The magfolk sought the gardener too, and our gardener did not want to be found. Our gardener knew what the magfolk would do, and they broke the world to keep themselves safe. The waters boiled, the land opened, the rivers rose, and we drowned.
We broke the pain. We died with them. How did we do this? We bleed, they bleed, the magfolk strike. How could we pierce the vein? We cannot, we writhe. Why must we feel this again?
There were so few of us left when the magfolk were at our doors. How could you know of this? Yes, their ways are strange and volatile, and you will need to show wisdom to navigate them. Their ways are not the ways of people. You want a path to the garden? Pass this trial of the mind. Show me how clever you are. We will know the breadth of your wisdom before we let you learn what our gardener truly is.
Wisdom, huh? Afraid this one's all on you two.
A trial of the mind. I wonder if there's a clever trick to it. Just find the right rhythm and we'll be through in a flash.
I think worth and run!
These ghosts aren't very helpful, are they?
Maybe you just gotta soften them up a little. Lay on the charm.
Perhaps they're just unused to visitors. Surely they'll warm up to us eventually. flame traps are the worst. I've lost so many blouses to them.
Worth and wrath!
Well, this just seems unfair.
Those spirits are lucky.
It's slowed down a bit. That should make things easier. The Echidans are being less welcoming than I'd hoped.
If their last visitors were the Magfolk, I can see why.
Probably for Nakukubel itself. Third time's the charm. Another door is revealed. Judging by this mural, the relationship the Akita had with her god was complicated. Perhaps Zappadal was a little moody? This mural almost makes me feel nervous.
But you are an outlander. Somehow you've proven to have strength and wit. We now see what you represent. We know the truth of you. We cannot risk you causing another calamity. You know of this. Nimana's brethren were mistaken, but we would know what's best for our gardener. We understand what they are. No more words. You have not earned the right. Finish your last trial. All that needs to be said has been said. You come as a supplicant. You do not have the privilege of questions. Go.
This is our last trial.
Of course these trials require a leap of faith.
bear our gardener's mark.
Worse than rot!
The gardener has grown roots into the Outlander.
What do you truly seek with our god?
This is... Oh. Oh. Well, seems like some of the construction crew had all kinds of fun.
Keep your guard up. I don't like this.
Somehow you bested our trials. Like vermin, you persist.
Like vermin, you endured. You kept your head.
You live where worthier souls have fallen, but your journey ends here.
Soil hardens. Hesitation. Why do they smell fear? They are here to be found. Why? Why will they not free us?
This is where you die, Outlander. We cannot risk you provoking the Gardener and causing another calamity.
So be it. Prepare yourself.
Take your best shot.
Worse than rot!
Left leg.
Worse than rot! Worse than rot!
On your right. Give him just as good.
All right, dear. On your right, dear.
I think worse than rot! I think worse than rot! think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath!
Try that again!
Watch your back!
Worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath!
Think they're really dead this time?
Oh, and it looks like we got a prize on the table over there. Let's take a look, shall we?
That's one for us.
I think worth and wrath!
Never seen an Akedan device like this. These mechanisms, they mark the locations of important sites. It's a map.
Ever closer. We must speak of this.
Doesn't look like any map I've ever seen. But I'll take your word for it.
Don't rush me, dearie. Akedan isn't easy to translate, you know.
So close. We reach. Find us in the Adra.
Your gods said hello, didn't they? Go on then, deal with them. I need time to translate. There's so much rage in this mural. The Sapidal must have been furious, and the Akedans unfortunate bystanders. Envoy, your god wants a chat.
Come, we yearn for answers. You are here. You heard us in the roots. You seek the garden. You know the way. But the Jabari Sanakis, they turn from you. How can this be? Surely they would welcome you as kin, grafted from the same root. As painful as a wound reopened, yes. We were theirs and they were ours, and we told them to protect the wild and the green. In return, we promised to protect them, and we were true. Always, we protected them. We did not choose this. We did not want this. The earth shook. The waters rose. We will not remember. Do not question us. Blame slips between the bones like a blade. We lived in harmony. We were at peace, and then they came with metal bodies and murderous intent. We tried to stop them. We did not want them to die. We loved them. We tried. We loved them so much. We did not cause pain. The spirits lie. We love them most. They twist our words. We will show you. Let us offer you another gift. A seedling of power. Our gift is yours to accept or reject. That is all we will say. It will be your loss to regret. Wait. An intruder. The piercing light. She draws near. The wire. A razor in our throat. Stop her! We writhe. We bleed. The purging fire at her back. She comes to trap us. Out! Send her out! Set us free!
Wake up! Wake up! What happened? Are you all right? What did you do? Oh, really? It's hard to tell with all the dream thralls around.
I don't know what you and Sapadal were jawing about, but it must have been juicy because the Adra started to shake and hum.
You can't hear all the dream thralls trying to get in now. What happened with Sapadal? Once we get past all these dream thralls, I'll be excited to see what scares a god. They're flooding the area, so I think it's a great time to leave. Now! The map points us to Galawain's tusks. We'll find the way to the garden there. We just have to find a godless tower on the southern coast, and boom! There's our entrance into the garden.
Galawain's tusks. That's out of the fire and into the volcano. First, we've got to get out of here alive. Steel yourselves.
We've got company! Much as I hate to leave, let's get out of here before more dreams. See you!
Worth and Wrath!
Check your right!
Worth and Wrath! Worth! Worth and Wrath! Miss me too! Worth!
On your right.
Worse than run!
I'd like to have that one.
I think worse than run!
Ready to go?
I think worse than...
Together! Time to wrap.
Worse than run! Isos!
Coming from the rear.
I think worse than run! Silmes Nitum! I think worse than run!
Ready to go?
I think worse than run! 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 I think worse than run!
Back on my feet.
I think worse than run! I think worse than run!
Next one's mine.
I think worse than run!
Back on my feet.
Isos! I think worse than run! Isoksugu!
Coming from your right.
Ready to go?
Worse than run! Dismiss me to Ihaise! Dismiss me? Eckworth and Roth!
The hunter changes its stripes!
Eckworth and Roth!
It's getting a little crowded. We should go.
Eckworth and Roth! Eckworth and Roth!
I'm ready to go.
Eckworth and Roth! Eckworth and Roth! Eckworth and Roth!
Point for you!
You're gonna have sand everywhere by the time we make camp.
Eckworth and Roth!
Everyone okay?
You are out of your depth here, Inquisitor. Leave, before you worsen the situation.
Ruins are overgrown with corruption. We should burn it out before it spreads.
You're a child playing at being a hero. You understand none of the forces at work here.
The Circle of Archmagi has overstepped their authority. Again.
I don't know how to explain this any better. This is not a problem to solve with cannons or steel.
Ludwine. Guess you got tired of tormenting Heelguard.